Hello again, everybody. It is the coach. You're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godwin and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence of Hertz pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Charles Davis. I'm Brandon's team as they interplay. And I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. Leading the charge is the UCF product who hails from right there in the Blake Bortles.
And you can see why he was the number 3 pick when he came out in the NFL draft. 6'5", sturdy guy, strong arm, led his UCF team to a big bowl victory over Baylor, and runs the ball way better than he's ever given credit for.
Let's go, let's go.
On first down, Bortles. And his first look is incomplete. Torrey Smith, the intended receiver. And it's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They established the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Bortles. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Here's Thomas. And a nice spin into some open field. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the Stanford man. It's Andrew Luck.
He navigates. He manipulates. He cycles through progressions with laser-like focus. And he can make any tough throw that you need because he'll stand in the pocket and make it happen.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
Out wide they have A.J. Green who can run every route you want on the route tree and take the top over the defense with his speed, and has the length to go over the top of people to catch the ball. But maybe the most impressive thing about him, the only wide receiver ever to be a Pro Bowler in his first 7 years in the NFL.
To throw on second down is Locke. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Space to run past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. 32 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down, and make it a 2nd and 3, second and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Bortles. He sets the... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. And give him a gain of 37.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. And Ndamukong Suh busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Adam Shaheen, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. They're spinning away. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, here's Fournette. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
Block on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4. Oh, the Seahawks come after it and they block it. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup, and guess what? It's now
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to fourth down.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
We spent so much time talking about the physical side of the game. How about the mental side? They just gave up a field goal, but they didn't get down at all. Big-time return. They're set up to try and at least tie the game up.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing is Lott. And this one caught by Dez Bryant. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Fournette, a first down carry. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
The pitch to Fournette. And some space here. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Elliott on for the extra point. And Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
On second down, here's Bortles. Pass incomplete. He was looking for Buck Allen, his running back that time. And now it's third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. Left shot, and got his man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Bortles now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Bortles. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam down.
Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's got his tight end in Njoku. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I don't know whether I want to be a fly on the wall or not when they hear the explanation of how he, one of the bigger targets on the field, the tight end can be that wide open and uncovered downfield.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Bortles to throw on 2nd down. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Buck Allen him. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On 2nd and 10, Locke. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across. Fournette on the counter. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. On 2nd down, here's Locke. Completion left side to Miller. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more. Officially
a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Luck on 1st down. And caught right side, Green. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
675.
On 1st down, Locke. This will be caught at about the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Locke. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now Locke. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.J. Green from 4 yards out. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Elliott good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And here is Blake Bortles as we focus in on him for our player spotlight. And I don't know what more they need to see of him than what we're going to see in this player montage. He's been great. Why aren't they winning this game, I guess, is the question.
It is a good question, isn't it? Remember the time we spent with them in practice beforehand and had that little twinkle in his eye where he thought, hey, we can get some bombs in this game. We can get deep, and that's exactly what's going on. But I don't think he thought if they could do that they'd be on the losing end.
They might need more of this air raid attack. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Allen, and he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing is Bortles. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Luck now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, he's just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Green 80.
From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. This is caught by Jackson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Green 80.
They go play action here on 1st down. And just shutting him off there. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Now a carry for Allen. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Bortles now to throw. Underneath to Allen. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Throwing now is Bortles. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
Now Locke. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Buying time to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bryant. From the 50, it's Love. Going underneath, it's Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now it's Love. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Throwing again is Love. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Luck now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Love. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, Love. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Love. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And the kick by Elliott is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Accelerating, and off he goes. 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. DeAnthony Thomas, 97 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker room, but I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the 2nd half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the 2nd half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. On second down, here's Bortles. Out left to Shaheen. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Bortles will try again on second down. And that's going to be incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
380.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. William Hayes in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a fourth down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. Love escaping the pressure right. And this one is incomplete. Des Bryant, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Help me out, partner. Was that incomplete?
That was on a deep ball to Des.
And that's a surprise. The way he attacks the football in the air, it's always surprising to me when he doesn't complete a pass like that.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Love. Flushed out right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Sunday. 380.
The drive starts with a run by Allen. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Set. 380.
Right back to him on first down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 13 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Only a pickup of 2, but that's all they needed for the first.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
380. 380.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Throwing is Love. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Alex Okafor in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, here's Love. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.J. Green, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints add on to their lead. In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one. And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, 380.
They stay on the ground with Allen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here we go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun now for Bortles. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Able to spin free. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's A.J. Green as he gets set to go again on offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well. Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now it's locked off the bootleg. It'll buy some time right. On the right side, caught by Green. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now Green, staying on the ground. Let's hope he's all right. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's going to go down again. Avery Jones. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today. But on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
On is the punter King to send it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
I think that was a pretty good read right there. They caught him in zone defense and went to the hitch. And because they're in zone, that creates a natural space between the defenders and the receiver, able to get it to him quickly and let him get upfield.
To Allen on the dump off. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Bortles. And that's caught by Smith. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
Brandon, that's a tough guy right there. He knew that was going to happen. In other words, he had to absorb that hit. How about him securing the football, churning the legs a little bit, and gaining what he needed for a first down?
Well, that's the deal. On third down, these guys, they know where the sticks are. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Green 80. Green 80.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. Right side complete. That's Woods. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles to throw once more. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Bortles. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Again, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now Bortles, got to have this one. And they'll find Shaheen, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need. And that's exactly what they got done.
Underneath to Allen. And he'll go down at the 28. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Green 80. Green 80.
Now Bortles again. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
To throw is Bortles. He's got his tight end in Njoku. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Green 80.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Green 80. Green 80.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. His pass caught at the 4. They stopped short. Down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Adam Shaheen, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Oh, spinning away. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a 2-way conversation, because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. Getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. Luck now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Luck. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Alex Okafor getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On 2nd down, here's Luck. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Flush to his right. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Fournette. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal. On 4th down, Luck. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Offside, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah,
Still
offsides,
4th down.
easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. They snap it to Luck. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week one. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week one. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, two sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing is Bortles. That's caught by Jackson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Bortles to throw on second down. Able to find Shaheen here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Now Bortles, and that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
380. 380.
Time for a break. This one all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Bortles now on first down. And that incompletion breaks a string of 5 straight connections. And it's 2nd down. The safety Jamal Adams able to break that one up.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, the tight end Shaheen with it. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 3rd down, that's Allen. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Right back to him on first down. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now Allen. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Allen. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on the other side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Avoids him at the 40. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Luck going to throw it. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, New Orleans. A.J. Green with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Saints add on to their lead.
You having fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Bortles will try again on second down. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just dropped to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there. I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. And, partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Saints, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.